Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I am actually out at Veterans Memorial Park here in Green, Ohio. It's actually kind of like in the city of Green, but you're kind of like a Green Uniontown area. In fact, that way, literally less than a half-mile away, you're going to have Green High School, you have Green Middle School, and one of the elementary schools as well. But I want to talk a little bit about telling you all about living in the Uniontown and Green area. They kind of go hand in hand when it comes to the school district and where people associate and things like that. But if you stay tuned, I'm going to tell you more about the area, what it's like to live here, eat here, enjoy your time here, and just what like the community is about overall. So stay tuned and we'll get ready for more. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Justin Wroblewski with High Point Real Estate Group. If this is your first time to my channel, please take a quick moment to click on the subscribe button and click the little bell to be notified every time a new video comes out. I'm constantly updating the site to bring you guys more information about where to live, where to eat, where to have fun, and just what it's like to live in Northeast Ohio. So make sure to click on the subscribe button for me so you're always notified and always know what's going on. So, if you guys are looking to do about anything about real estate, whether it's buy, sell, invest, you just want some rental properties, I am going to be your guy. Reach out to me, call me, text message me, email me, send me a Facebook message, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever you want. I'm everywhere. You can find me anywhere you want. I'll be glad to help you any way I can. But just like I said in the brief intro there, we're going to go a little bit over what it's like to live in the Uniontown and the Green area and tell you more about what the community is like, what you can find here, what's close by, what you might have to do a little driving for, what some housing prices are looking like, and I'll just kind of give you my overall opinions on everything. And maybe this is a place for you, maybe it's not. Just so you know, this was the best view. There's actually a park right in front of me over there. I'll actually take a picture of it and I'll post it here in a moment. But I didn't want to do it in front of the park. There's some kids over there just for privacy reasons. We didn't want to put the kids in the video. Behind me is one of the main roads leading right up to the Green School District compound, and there's actually another park across the street from here as well that's awesome. Actually, has a splash pad for kids to play in the water and stuff. But this was the best location to shoot it for this situation. So if you hear any background noise, I'm going to do everything I can to eliminate that stuff for you. I'll edit the stuff on the video just so it's not so annoying, because it actually is pretty loud to me, but it's probably not super loud to you guys. So we'll see. Hopefully we got a good microphone picking this all up. But Uniontown. We have lived here for many years, and what we enjoy about it is we enjoy the quietness of the community. So there's lots of stuff to do in Uniontown. I mean, you got your grocery stores close by, you got the green schools here, which our experience, out of our 3 kids, we have 2 of our kids that graduated from green schools, absolutely loved it. If it gives you an idea, one of our kids actually got a full sports scholarship to college, all the way through her master's degree. So if that gives you an idea what green schools are like, especially when it comes to sports, hopefully that helps you out. But we love how small the community is, because you don't get really lost in the community. You can really find a lot of friends here, get to know everybody, and it's kind of like an everybody knows everybody type community, but it's not like everybody's like nosy and in everybody's business type community. So it's just a great place to be part of. Locally here, actually if you go that way right behind me, there are 2 emergency rooms in the area. So very nice to have those close by. Anybody that lives in this area, you got an emergency room within 5 minutes. Now they're not hospitals, they're just large emergency rooms to where they can transfer you to a larger hospital if they need be, but they're nice to have there. So within, I would say, 3 miles of here, you have, 3-4 grocery stores. You have Giant Eagle grocery store, which is very popular. You have a Mark's grocery store, an Acme grocery store. You have several places you can actually go. And then parks-wise, there's everything around here. So, and that's where kind of like the close-knit community comes into play, is like you run into a lot of people you're familiar with, whether it's sports or volunteering at schools or just like neighborhood get-togethers. You'll see a lot of people at the different parks here because they're a pretty popular thing in the Uniontown area. So if you're looking for that family-oriented thing, it's a great place to be. And if you're looking for some great schools, from my experience, just from my own kids going here, that's what we've experienced. Again, just for legal reasons, I can't give you the ratings and things like that, but you can definitely, Google the school ratings for Ohio, and Green is ranked right up there with the best of them according to independent analysts. So it kind of gives you a gist of it. So now if you're talking about doing stuff like the grocery stores, you're good to go. No problem. You want to be outdoors, be at the parks, no problem. Lots of that stuff to do. And I'll actually put some parks on the map. I'll pop up a map here shortly, and I'll put several parks that cover the Green Uniontown type area. But when you're talking about this area, so Uniontown is a small area and so is Green. So when you go to like Green schools, we'll say, you're going to have some people from Akron that go to Green schools because of the boundaries. You're going to have people from Uniontown. You're going to have people that actually technically live in Green, which really nobody technically lives right in Green. But you'll have a lot of people coming into the school district. Great area to be in, very quiet for the most part. Actually, I was just looking because I saw a rabbit start hopping around. Sorry about that. But it's, like I said, just a small knit community, and I'm kind of repeating myself a lot, but that's the kind of gist overall. Right to the left of me here is one of the fire stations. They have multiple fire stations in the area. So you got emergency rooms for anything you need right away. You got the fire stations, you know, if anybody needs help right away. But what's cool is it's not like you hear sirens and stuff going on all the time with all this stuff being around. You just know they're there to help you at any given time. Grocery stores in abundance, no problem there. Now here's where it's going to get a little bit tricky. So there are restaurants, but they're more or less like small independent restaurants. So you're not any big, no big chains or things like that. Now it's a matter of going south to Canton. You can go south, or if you go north up to Akron. Either way, within a 10-minute drive, you're going to find everything you can imagine restaurant-wise. You're going to have kind of like your Home Depots as well, your Lowe's locations, like your big hardware stores and things along those lines. And then if you go a little bit farther south, there's a place called Heartville, which is actually kind of like Amish country. A lot of home cooked stuff. Big home, you know, there are companies out there are very. How do I explain it actually? It's not industrialized as much. It's industrialized, but at the same time, it's kind of like family businesses, and they do great quality stuff. But down home cooking, there's a place called Heartville Kitchen, 10-12 minutes down the road, that I would highly recommend if you haven't, so give it a try. But when it comes to restaurants, you're going to have to travel a little bit to get to the bigger stuff. So, but by travel, it's 10 minutes. So when we come to things to do, now here's, like for shopping wise, I'll say, I'll kind of go off on little other parts, but for shopping wise things, is you're going to have to drive, again, to the Akron area, probably 10-15 minutes to get to really shopping areas if you want, like your big Walmarts, your Targets, and things like that. Now, from where I'm at, it's about 10-15 minutes. Technically, those places are still falling within Green schools, so they actually are right in the community as well. If you want to go down south, you'll head down the expressway on I-77. You can head to the Belden Village area where you have the large malls. Then you're getting to Canton, which is where Belden Village is at. That's where you're going to start getting really busy and get lots of options for food, restaurants, things along those lines. So you're going to have an abundance of stuff to look at. But again, anything from here is 10 to 15 minutes, and you have freaking everything. And that's a lot of what I like about the community as well, is because it's quiet but not deserted, we'll say, if you understand what I'm saying. There's still a lot of stuff to do, but to keep away from all the craziness. But at the same time, you're only 10-15 minutes away from everything you possibly want to be at. So I just love the location, everything about it. It's just a great experience living here. The other thing is, when it comes to things to do, like I mentioned, there's lots of parks here and lots of fun things to do. The community is very big in sports, so you'll find anywhere you go, Friday football games are a big thing in the high school. They got great baseball leagues. They actually had 2 baseball leagues because so many kids were interested. They had to combine them into 1 baseball league. So those are ran really well. They have some great soccer leagues here. I know a lot of personal friends that live right in this community that just love it and have no intentions of leaving it. And then, just like I said, besides the parks, they have at one of the parks they have an arts event going on. It's an art, I think they call it Artapalooza, maybe Artapalooza. I know it's just a big arts and crafts show that you can actually experience. They're actually already setting up for today, for tomorrow. They're going to have a jam-packed day. One of the largest parks in the area, Bottler Park. Some people, just for the record, I call it Bottler. Some people call it Bettler, and my Google navigation says Boatler. So good luck figuring it out. It's spelled B-O-E-T-T-L-E-R. Just a little bit tidbit for information. But just a lot of community events going around. They have fireworks displays. They have soccer fields. I'm trying to think of just stuff you could do. And And here's the thing, like I said, since it's such a small community, it's meant to be family oriented, so it's not so much going to be the craziness of the cities and things like that. That's where you got to drive a little bit to get to that stuff, but it's the overall gist of this area. The last thing is, what you want to know is probably like, what is it like to live here cost-wise? So I love the Uniontown Green area for a big reason when it comes to housing, is because you can get a house for low 100s. And now keep in mind, low 100s, it's going to be a little outdated, it's going to be a fixer-upper, it's not going to be a crap hole, we'll call it, but it's going to need a little work. Or in this area, there's houses in a community I live in, there's houses that go up for, gosh, $700,000 or $800,000, sometimes even $1 million. So it really is a large smorgasbord of everything you can actually do in the area for housing. But don't think you have to live in $1 million neighborhood to feel included. I mean, there's large groups of people. I mean, people that, you know, are making 40 grand a year hanging out with people that are making 200 grand a year. It's just that type of community in general. So it's a smaller community, not a ton that I can go over, not a ton that I can explain except what I briefly did here, just because it is smaller and you gotta drive a little bit to get out to the larger communities. But to kind of recap what I said, great when it comes to the parks. Great family community if you're interested in like being close with family, especially if you have kids in schools and things like that. Great for medical facilities, fire departments, emergency rooms, doctors' offices galore out here, so you can go anywhere anywhere you want. Grocery stores, no problem there. Decent amount of restaurants, but you gotta get a little driving to get to the bigger and you know, larger range of restaurants there. And yeah, I mean that pretty much sums it up. I hope this I hope this educated you guys a little bit on what Uniontown and Green is all about. Remember, Green and Uniontown are kind of like the community combined, but they're separate, but they're combined. You get the idea. But hopefully this really educated you guys on understanding what this area is about, what the community is about. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not, or maybe it's for someone that you know might like it. It's not for you, but you can let them know. But if you wouldn't mind taking a quick moment here, like I said, click on the subscribe button. You know, click the little bell to get notified every time a new video comes out. Drop me a comment if you live in the area and you'd love it, or if you know people live in the area and what your thoughts are about it, because I'm curious to see what everybody thinks about it. And with all that said, I'm going to get out of here, and I will see you guys in the next video.